This might not seem like the obvious place to find a group of wrongfully convicted guys, but for Jeffrey Deskovic and the handful of other exonerees and their advocates in the New York area, it's a common gathering place.
I throw regular social events for the exonerees, so we have exoneree barbecues, we get together with other people that work in the innocent spaces. Sometimes we do karaoke or we socialize. There's no assistance for exonerees when they're released. That's what I'm trying to fill, and it's very hard to put together a social life and just have people there for support.
Jeffrey Deskovic knows better than anyone just how hard that is. At age 16, he was convicted of a rape and murder he did not commit, and he spent the next 16 years in prison until finally, in 2006, he was exonerated by DNA evidence.
It felt like a surreal dream. In fact, that was one of my first words when I stepped up to the microphones at the press conference. I asked, is this really happening?
But the reality of navigating ordinary life soon set in as Deskovic realized just how much both he and the society that he had been separated from had changed.
I mean, they just release you with nothing, with no clothes, no food, no person there to be your guide.
Deskovic relied on welfare and the generosity of strangers to get by those first years. Then, in 2011, after a long and arduous legal process, his federal civil rights lawsuit led to the first of several multi-million-dollar judgments. Using part of that money, he launched his own foundation. It's one of the few organizations in the country that devotes themselves to helping exonerated inmates reintegrate.
I started the organization because I wanted to take my advocacy work to the next level, and I couldn't forget about the people who I had metaphorically left behind. And knowing where the gaps are in the system, I sought to address those as best as I could.
The foundation, funded primarily by Deskovic, helps exonerees with legal advice, finding work, and provides short-term housing. But as important as those tangible services are, Deskovic says that the emotional and social support is just as crucial. Only other exonerees can understand the experiences of the wrongfully convicted.
From the prison experience and then the legal odyssey, and then even the difficulties in reintegrating, I could just say, I'm thinking about this, or I'm feeling this way, this just crossed my mind. So it's a friendship aspect to it as well.
And that shared connection is helping Deskovic come to terms with his own past.
In some ways, I feel like I get more than I give, and I'm trying to make my suffering count for something, and I know it's making a difference.